The cost of Washington's war in Iran has reached $37.5 billion. That's according to the US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. He's told a Senate committee that the Pentagon now needs nearly $90 billion in additional funding and says anything less will put US national security at risk.
Not fully funding this department, the Department of War, and we know what that means, that means $1.5 trillion. Given the world that we live in and the disaster of what the Biden administration budgets gave us, not funding this department at $1.5 trillion, I believe, is the greatest threat that our nation faces. Either we invest in our warriors at this moment of step change on the battlefield and growing threats, or this is all just talk.
Eva McKend has more from Capitol Hill.
The line of questioning from Democrats and Republicans largely falling along party lines, with Democrats being critical, Republicans trying to give the secretary the time and space to continue to make the case for this war. That was surprising, given the war's unpopularity. The thought was that Republicans would be critical as well. Democrats really focusing on how Hegseth has perhaps overstated America's success in this effort or been imprecise in his language. For instance, pointing to how in the past he said Iran was destroyed and made combat ineffective. Well, Senator John Ossoff of the American state of Georgia, who is up for re-election this year, basically intimating how could that be the case if he is coming before Congress to ask for tens of billions of more dollars with no end in sight. Meanwhile, Democrats also pointing out that this money could be used for a whole host of domestic policy priorities like child care, health care, and addressing rising energy costs. Take a listen.
You estimated at one point that the cost of the war in Iran was $29 billion, but then added a caveat that there was a replacement of munitions, for example. Do you have a new estimate about what the war has cost us so far in this, the fifth month of the first year of this war in Iran?
Senator, the estimate we have as of today is $37.5 billion.
And is the current activity, which we've been told about, the exchange of fire back and forth in Iran, an indication that that number is going to go up in the months ahead?
Some of that number captures additional O&M, mill pay, and other that would be anticipated through the fiscal year. So some of that anticipates what costs would be going out in the future as well.
So the new number you've given me is what?
$37.5 billion.
Senator. And that represents the cost of the war through what period of time?
Through now for certain aspects of it, but also mill pay, O&M, other anticipated costs through September 30th, Senator.
Republicans too down on the committee, with Senator McConnell being hospitalized and Senator Lindsey Graham unexpectedly dying just days ago. But now, of course, it is up for the full body to decide. Both the House and the Senate have to determine if the war effort deserves tens of billions of more dollars. Eva McKend, Al Jazeera, Washington.